Hello guys, it is Micromat back today with another React video. Today we're going to be watching Now They're Just Trolling by Run In Game Entertainment. This is a video about Palworld and Pokémon, I'm sure, because that's what it looks like in the thumbnail. I'm going to give my take real quick on Palworld and Pokémon. I can't give my take on Pokémon because I haven't seen too much, but I can give my take on Palworld in the Pokemon business shit. Palworld is a fantastic game. Honest to God, I recommend it. It is I wouldn't say a 10 out of 10 experience. It's like, I would say it's a 9. It would be a hard 9 if it had not had to change things because of Nintendo's dumbass lawsuit. But I'd say it's still more like a soft 9, maybe an 8, in my opinion, on rating. But like, Palworld's an awesome game. I highly recommend you check it out. In a take on the Palworld Nintendo lawsuit, and if anyone that doesn't know, like, you must be living under a rock. But like, Nintendo's suing Palworld, or not Palworld, Pocket Pair for patent infringement, which is a load of bullshit because Nintendo doesn't like competitors. And people argue saying, "Oh, Nintendo has no problem with competitors." I'm like, they do. See, the competitors that have risen up against Nintendo, like let's say what's that one called? Tim. Nintendo didn't really have a problem with Tim because there wasn't enough hype behind it. There wasn't enough player base behind it to be a threat. Palworld. Oh my God, Palworld broke Steam, broke the fucking Steam charts and shit like that. They are an actual competitor to Pokemon, and Nintendo doesn't like that because they're like what they drives their console sales, other than Mario, is Pokemon. One of the leading reasons that their Switches and all that, like their Nintendo Switch sells, is Mario, Pokemon, and they're just like Zelda. They're exclusive games. That is what sells. That's what sells their consoles. Now, you may try to argue with me on that, but I'm sorry. It's not even an opinion. It's a fact. I guarantee it. If they tomorrow they stop being exclusive, people would stop buying. More likely, the majority of people would stop buying their consoles and start playing it on PC or whatever consoles it's available on. They don't like competition, so they're trying to sue Pocket Pair out of business to take Palworld down, which is not going so well so far for them. To anyone that doesn't know, they are already losing. They're losing some patents in Japan. Last I heard is like they're actually going to lose some patents in Japan because the judge said like these patents should have never been approved in the first place. But without further ado, we're going to get into this video and see what Pikmon's doing, because they're definitely trolling.
If you're watching this video, you are probably very aware of Palworld and all of its associated dramas and controversies.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one that I talk about the most is the Nintendo Pocket Pair lawsuit, where Nintendo is trying to claim that Pocket Pair unfairly and unlawfully and without permission copied a whole bunch of mechanics that Nintendo has patented for the game, despite the fact that Nintendo didn't even apply for those patents until over 6 months after the...
Yeah, that's something else that really irritated me. Palworld released and the Nintendo company and Pokemon and all that shit, like they fucking pursued those patents to sue them on. Like they pursued to get the patents like rushed and like approved as fast as they could, so they could sue Pocket Pair as fast as possible to try to stomp Pocket Pair and Palworld at the bud, like to stop it from ever competing with them. They did not like that it got so much attention. Day one, anyone that remembers this, day one, not Pocket Pair, my bad. Palworld had a mod, day one released, called the Pokemon mod, which turned all the pals into Pokemon and all that shit. And day one, it got a DMCA. Pokemon, the Nintendo company, they want nothing to do with this shit. Whenever I do any videos like over Pokemon or anything like that, I will more likely not be showing Pokemon gameplay unless I am giving commentary over it, because then that would fall under fair use law. And like, because like Nintendo is very a bad company, so they if you like play their game and you talk bad about them, they will try to copyright strike you. And if you are talking over the gameplay and all that shit, that still falls under fair use. You could try to fight it in court. I myself would try to fight it under court because fuck you. I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm only gonna live fucking once anyway. But somebody like me, I doubt they'd notice somebody like me. I'm a small YouTuber. But they have like, oh my god, if you ever like look into Palworld or not Palworld, Pokemon and Nintendo, their lawsuit record, man, it's fucking fucked up. That's like you would think they make most of their money from their games, but honest to God, I think they make most of their money just suing other people.
First trailer for Palworld. But also, you're probably aware of the allegations of like copyright infringement, and this is not even being particularly alleged by Nintendo.
The copyright infringement bullshit is a bunch of people trying to say Palworld copied Pokemon. Like trying to say Palworld copied a lot of Pokemon designs. I'm gonna do a quick Google. Y'all ain't gonna see this because I have a really weird bad search history. Palworld in Pokemon comparison. We're gonna do a Pokemon Palworld comparison. Let's see. As you can see right here, I ain't got none of that on here. We got this one. This I don't think is too far fetched. Yes, I could feel like they took heavy inspiration. This one I feel like you're reaching, but yeah, I can kind of see it. This one top here, yeah, I can kind of see that. This I can't see this to be frankly honest with you because like literally this is just like a wolf. This, yeah, I can see this. This right here. Oh yeah, yeah, I can't see what I'm doing because I have my mouse sit behind my head. Anubis comparison to Lucario is a really annoying comparison, I think, because I mean the name is literally Anubis, and he's themed after Anubis, and everyone's like, oh, it's Lucario. I'm like, are you dumb? Even my friend thinks this shit. Are you dumb? Like, I'm sorry, but like, this is Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, if I'm not mistaken, which is themed after. Like, I think Lucario took inspiration from Anubis as well, but Anubis on Palworld took heavy inspiration from the actual god Anubis, god of death. Look, Anubis. What was it? When I say Egyptian, yeah, the Egyptian god Anubis. See, like, you can definitely see heavy comparisons. Anubis is the ancient Egyptian god of mummification, protector of tombs, and guide of souls. So it's not even the god of death so much, I guess. Lord of bandages. That's pretty cool. But you like, it's like there's a lot of comparisons. I'm like, the designs are similar, but you cannot get somebody for copyright infringement on designs that are just similar. They have to basically be a one for one, and they're not.
Nintendo because they're not even suing over it. But this is something that's alleged
They're
by
reaching.
a lot of the Nintendo fanboys and a lot of the people that just want to hate on Palworld, that these pals that you see in this list here are just one-for-one copies
All right, let's see
of
it.
Pokemon. These are all just asset flips. Every single one of these, there's not a single unique thing amongst them. With people going...
I'm going to pull up Steam real quick. Y'all can see my Steam name. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all always welcome to send me a message with feedback if that's what y'all want to do. I'm going to show you my hours. Right there, I have 695.6 hours in Palworld. To say I love Palworld is an understatement. It is similar to Pokemon. It gives me a feeling of what Pokemon used to give me when I was a kid. Innovation, fun, the developer actually caring about what the consumer receives. Hold on. Sorry, sorry, I received a phone call. Now I'm going to resume. I don't remember what I was talking about before. I honestly forgot. Dad gave me a call. Had to get some washers, which is a little deal for screws. But yeah, like I think I was talking about Power World. Like Power World, I got a bunch of hours in Power World. I'm not trying to be biased, but like the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, they stopped caring about Pokemon and the customer. And it's become more of a how much can we milk the customer for, and how little can we like change the deal, like to make sure like people keep coming back. Like they want to never innovate, never change, they never want to take risk. I'm like, I mean, look at the Pokemon ZA. That shit, like it changed some stuff, which was really cool, but their budget was so low, and the game was so ass. And like, it wasn't ass because of what changes they made. It was ass because the budget was so low, and they didn't even try to make a good game. That's what made it ass. Like they didn't try to make a good game. They just basically threw a bunch of mechanics that they wanted to try into a game that was like basically never meant to succeed, or not meant to succeed. Never meant to be good. They made a profit. They made a killing profit. But I'm just saying, like, goodwill's gonna run out. You push shit out like that, goodwill's gonna run out. My goodwill's run out. I'm already taking steps to legally back up my save copies of my legally owned Switch games from Pokemon. I personally love Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, despite the bugs that are so fucking annoying. All right, we're just gonna resume now because like I don't want to get into this tangent about fucking Nintendo because I love Pokemon, but I hate Nintendo.
Sorry. Oh my god, I almost died there for a second.
Oh, I'm done too,
With
man.
people going as far as to trying to claim that these pals were literally just like AI generated.
They're not.
Trying to say that the people that in
Also, that has been proven to be false. They still want to reach for that and say, "Oh, they're AI generated," but it's been proven that that is completely false.
the developers of Palworld literally just inputted make Pokemon but a little bit different into some AI generation software, despite the fact that AI generation wasn't even near that point when the original trailer came out. But I already talked about a lot of those allegations in the previous video. But if you think that's bad,
Oh,
if
it's
you
gonna get
think
worse.
those allegations are bad, if you think Palkitmon, Palmon, Pocket Pair's Palworld has copied Pokemon, then I have something to show you, and that something
Oh
is
boy.
Pikmon. And Pikmon is something I can describe as nothing else than what has to be a massive trolling attempt.
I've seen Pikmon, like, not really the trailer so much, but more like screenshots. It looks like you took designs from Pokemon and Palworld and made a horrible clone game. And I'm like, people say like, would try to say like, oh, it's not a clone, it's not a clone. I'm like, Palworld was not a clone. This game is straight up just cloning. Like straight up. Like they're not even trying to hide it really. That's how blatant the copy looks. They have a deal that looks like a Charizard mixed with like one of those fluffy deals from Palworld that looks like a kind of like a dragon, like a big white dragon.
There is nothing else that this can be. This has to be just an attempt to piss off everyone.
Oh yeah,
To piss
maybe.
off Pocket Pair, maybe, although I think they would find this funny. From everything I've seen, I got to imagine Bucky's going to be coming out with a comment soon saying how funny he thinks this is, or just like, hey, yep, I know. But it's gotta be like there's gotta be some Nintendo people that are
Probably won't
losing their
make any
damn
comment
mind
at
about
all.
it right now because
Well, he might.
it is
He
insane.
might.
But let's go over
Wish him the best.
Pikmin. Let's start here.
Oh no.
Who is the developer of Pikmin? Pocket Game.
Pocket Pair, Pocket Game, man. They trolling.
Who is the developer of Palworld? Pocket Pair. Interesting that. Who is the publisher of Pikmin?
Network
Go. What's another popular creature capture game out there that happens
Pokemon
to be owned by Nintendo and Niantic? Pokemon Go. So even down to the developer and publisher names, that alone seems like just an attempt to be like, gotcha.
Yeah.
But let's get into it a
It probably is a troll game being released.
little bit. We're gonna start with the first 2 seconds of the Pikmin trailer, and I'm going to show you just how much it's kind of copying here in the best way. So we're gonna start here with the first opening moments of the Pikmin trailer, and let's see if you get what I'm getting at here about why it's copying.
All right. Already coming off
Did you
like
hear that?
already coming off like Breath of the Wilds, like Zelda Breath of the Wilds kind of shit.
Now that's about all the noise that
That looks like Pikachu, by the way. That design kind of looks like Garantina, but like a thinner Garantina. But it's still pretty cool. Like I kind of like the design. The character looks like Zelda. The glider, I can't really say anything about the glider because I don't know anything about Zelda. Like Zelda's got any kind of glider like that.
I'm going to play from this trailer because anytime I show a trailer in a video I do, I get a copyright notice if I have the music playing. But if you didn't get it, I'm going to show you real quick.
We have got to the point where
I should have bought premium.
How to code this.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay,
The song is definitely similar.
you might get it now. But what I'm getting at is the music is very similar, and the music that you see in the Pikmin trailer is even a little bit similar to, I can't even remember the exact video it's from, but it feels very similar to a Palworld video I saw, a Palworld trailer I saw. So let's get into what you see right here, right now, and I got a list. This is the
Pikmin trailer, like I felt like it hit closer to like what I would think would play in like Zelda Breath of the Wild or some shit, like a opening music, kind of like calming and chill.
2-minute, 11-second video. And I probably spent 15 to 20 minutes going over it just to see all the things that are going on here. So let's start. Let's start again. Let's start over. I'm going to turn the music off. Oh, look who we got here. Link from Breath of the Wild, right?
Yup.
No. Legally distinct main character. What's this right here? Looks a lot like Pikachu.
It pretty much is.
It looks, to me, that gives me like Pikachu mixed with Eevee vibes. So I'm calling him Eevee-Chew or Pikachu.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Oh, what the fuck is that? That looks a little bit like Giratina.
Always called
Now,
Garantina.
I can also say that this is Giratina skin
Garantina.
on Rayquaza,
Motherfucker.
maybe.
Garantina.
But that is 100% Giratina. And what
Giratina.
are they doing? They're using a glider, which is one of the patents that is currently...
If they're not sued by Nintendo, I would be not only surprised, but I would be annoyed. Because Nintendo has gone after Palworld, and yet this is like such a way more blatant... This is such a blatant troll and copy that I would be surprised if Nintendo doesn't go after them. And I would feel like if they don't go after them, then it really just proves the point that they are literally suing Pocket Pair just because Pocket Pair was popular and like causing competition. Like being an actual competition.
Being argued and litigated by Pocket Pair and Nintendo. Now, very specifically, to be fair, the patent that is being litigated between Pocket Pair and Nintendo is more about using a creature as a glider, is what it seems to be. That's really where they're hyping in on, because Pocket Pair still has the glider in Palworld, and when you read the patent, it really does seem to be leaning towards creature as a glider, but don't worry, we're going to see that in a little bit. Let's move on. This is really weird without the music, I know, but hopefully the background noise. Oh, there you go. Creature as a glider. And what creature is that?
I want to point something out.
Awful lot.
Look at that, like, just stiff mode right there. That's kind of funny. That kind of reminds me of Zapdos.
like Ragnarok. Looks a good
Kind of like a mix between Zapdos and Ragnarok.
bit like Ragnarok
Maybe
with a
Moltres.
little bit of Beacon mixed in there. Like it's a Beacon Hawk, Ragnabeak. That's what I would call that. But legally distinct. Let's go on. Let's see more. That right there, that's straight up just a Malpaca reskin. That is
I won't say that. I will not say that because that actually looks pretty different. That is like one design I will say is different enough.
just Malpaca right there. That just looks like Malpaca to me. But let's move on a little bit more.
Oh,
Chillet? No,
that is 100% a Chillet fucking like rework.
like here, right? I am 100% stating that while these things are very, very similar, they are different. But in a lot of cases, they are a lot more similar than what you are seeing between Pokemon and Palworld, except for a few cases. But
Oh
this,
my God.
this is just like this is quite literally like
This is like a 1-for-1 copy. Like, bro, can I copy your homework? Just make sure it's a little different.
if you went into a taxonomy book and you looked at Chillet and then you looked at like us, like Chillet was an actual animal, and you looked at a subspecies of Chillet and they're like, ah, yes,
Yeah, that ugly little fucker.
Darwin's Chillets. They evolved in multiple different ways. You see, some of them evolved with a slightly stubbier face because they needed it for breaking hard nuts, and some of them evolved with a longer face because they needed to reach into holes to pick out bugs. That is effectively
pretty
what
cool,
this is
actually.
right here. You can say that this is like Reptiro or Digtoise, but I'm not even going to call this one that. This is unique enough because there's a lot of stuff. I will say this: a lot of the stuff with like Pokemon Palworld and people are saying it's copies. If you draw inspiration from the same natural phenomenon or the same ghost or the same yokai or the same animal, you're probably going to get creatures that look similar. So this one I'm not going to judge too hard, but this, well, these are both drawing
Yeah.
inspiration from Chillet. This is very, very close. That there's I can't remember what the pal is that looks like that guy right there,
I don't know either.
but there.
I don't-
God, it's
I always
the
forget
one that you
names.
find near whatchamacallit, near the thing. Judge too hard, but this. Well, these are
All right, we're
both
gonna
drawing
try to pause it
inspiration
when it
from
gets
Chillet.
there.
This is very, very close.
Okay, that reminds me of a Digtoise. You know, like those guys are all those dudes in the lava area, but this was like blue and water, which I believe there's an ice version of it too. This looks like a mixture of two other pals. There's like two pals. Like there's this really big water dude, and then there's this really small one that kind of looks similar to this, but like it looks like somebody took those two designs and made a love child out of it.
That there's
Oops.
I can't remember what the pal is that looks like that guy
That
right
looks like
there.
a scorpion over here to the right.
But God, it's the one that you find near. That was like immediately when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is just Palworld.
And there's that scorpion. I'm not going to knock them for a scorpion design. I'm going to say that's different enough.
There is menacing, but again, with this one, I would say if you have a creature that's drawing inspiration from a scorpion, they're all going to kind of look the same.
Yeah.
I will say,
I agree with that.
Here's what I will say though: when you take something in isolation, it might not look that bad. When you combine all the stuff that you've seen and are about to see, it's like, okay, you guys knew what you were doing. You guys knew what you were doing. This
Oh, yeah.
is just Breloom / Shroomish. This
Yes, 100%. They took took a Pokemon and a pal and just made a love child out of it,
is 100% just Breloom / Shroomish. Hold on, where's my Breloom?
or a hate child. I
Or
don't know.
here's
What the fuck.
Denosum. So this is Denosum, Breloom, Shroomish.
Ah!
You are trapped by a meaningless duty that was never yours.
That's Nighthawk.
Look, they even got the fucking they got the wood barricades. They got the ranch right there. They got the what's it called? They got the mills right there. They got the silos right there. They got the ice deal right there. The deal that used cold to grind stuff down. Let's see what else they got. I can't see much of anything else.
That I immediately saw.
This
I was
looks like a
oh,
teleport
Nighthawk.
right here or something.
Or Nightwing. I'm sorry.
Which is pretty cool.
Nighthawk. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? That's just Nightwing. I don't know why. Normally you're allowed to like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
twist it. This is a new mouse I'm using.
I don't like this though.
Because my other one broke, so it's being a little bit weird. That's Nightwing.
That's definitely taking inspiration from what's that? Relaxosaurus, I think it's called. Yeah, Relaxosaurus. This definitely took inspiration from Relaxosaurus. I think this doesn't look that bad, but really when you compare them to all this shit, they're gonna get sued into oblivion by Nintendo. I doubt Pocket Pair will take any effect in. Is that fucking Anubis? No, is that just like straight up Anubis?
This is the most unique one.
Dude, that's just like straight up Anubis down here. Can I like zoom in on that? I don't. I can't. I don't think I can zoom in. I might. That is like straight up. That's just straight up Anubis. I know, like you could say it's the inspiration of the god of of Egyptian, because like I was saying with Pokemon. But I feel like they just straight up took the Palworld skin and just threw it onto their game. There's being inspired by Anubis, and then they're straight up just taking somebody else's design from a game and then just throwing it on there, and like literally changing nothing.
I saw so far, I feel like this is a little bit proving from maybe
Tell me he notices it.
pulling from maybe Relaxosaurus, but not really. This is just your standard dragon type whatever thing. Not too bad.
Tell me
the
you noticed
first
it.
one that I actually think this is unique. They might have thought of this.
He missed it.
Their own, but it does.
I gotta mention it. I don't know how to spell bridge. Say what you will, I gotta let him know. He probably he might mention it in the further down, like it might pop up again. This looks like kind of like King. What's that King Lamba or something like that?
Relaxosaurus vibes. That's King Paka.
That's what it was, King Paka.
King Paka. But I will give this one
it's different enough.
King Paka, but like this one is at least unique enough. It doesn't look exactly like King Paka. But if we're gonna go down this route of copyright, this one does look unique enough. But as you can see, it's got the fluffies, it's got the general llama alpaca vibe, but unique-ish, new, legally distinct.
There's the Pikachu
There's
again.
Your EV2
That's
right
Grizzbolt.
there, Pika V.
That's 100% a Grizzbolt. That's literally designed taken from Palworld. I won't knock that though, because like everybody uses that same design. I'd say. The monkeys, I feel very heavily inspired by Pocket Pair's Palworld like monkey you get in an early game. Same thing with these little squirrel-looking things. Egg incubator looks unique. That penguin looks the same, but like, hey, it's a penguin design. Like, it's just so blatant. Like, it's not even like they're not even trying to hide it really.
And right here, you get a good little overview. So what do we got right here? We got either fire-type Grizzbolt / Mosanda. So let's find the Mosanda. Here's your Grizzbolt.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got the ears.
Oh, yeah.
Like Grizzbolt, the general body type of Grizzbolt. The claws kind of like Grizzbolt. But let's find Mosanda. It's also kind of got the claws like Mosanda. The ears are more like Grizzbolt, but it's got the body type like Grizzbolt. But I want you to look
fucking
right
crazy.
Here.
This
right
is crazy.
Just looks kind of like ground type Mosanda, also just like a teddy bear. I would say these two are distinct enough, but clearly drew inspiration. Right there, you got Beacon. I'm not gonna pop and show through all these just to save time on the video, but you can look up yourself. Here's kind of like a tansy going on, but again, if you're drawing inspiration from monkey, you're probably gonna get something kind of like this, I guess. There you go. You got Pingullet right there. And there's probably a lot more that I'm not. I mean, this may be Liftmonk right here. And there's probably a lot more that like I'm not fully noticing.
Oh yeah.
But all these again.
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at those fire tanks in front of the furnaces.
Technically different enough, but like what I'm kind of getting at here is like yes, it's the same. But honestly, I just feel like they're trolling. I feel like they are just trolling mostly Nintendo.
Oh, they got
but
cute little mice workers.
Just with
that's kind of cute,
about
actually.
How dare they copy cow?
They copied the cow. They copied the cotton sheep. And look, there's a closer look at a straight up Anubis.
The sick bastards, they stole cow from Pocket Pair. Obviously, they stole cow from
I'm gonna
Pocket Pair.
remove my
There's nothing
comment now.
else in this scene right here, though, that you can say is stolen. But they stole the idea of a cow 100% until you notice this. This right here is the most egregious. Now, I will say this.
I'm gonna delete that now.
It's also the least egregious. Because I have defended Anubis 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I have defended Anubis 1,000 times because people compare it to Riolu, right? Or Lucario. They compare it to Lucario.
Yeah.
And say that it's a 1-for-1 copy.
It's not.
But look at the name. Anubis. This is drawing inspiration from the Egyptian god that is an anthropomorphic jackal, essentially. It's gonna look kind of like this. This one's not egregious at all to me because of the fact
I agree, 100%.
that in its very name, it is calling out, and I think 100% on purpose, as a statement that, yes, I think when Pocket Pair created Anubis, I legitimately think they were just saying, like, look, one, I believe it's from Craftopia originally, but also just kind of saying, look, yes, does this look a lot like Lucario, but guess what, Nintendo? You took a lot of your fucking Pokemon from inspiration from yokai and mythology anyways.
Yeah.
So if someone's drawing the same
My
inspiration,
dog
they're
hadn't
going to
come
come
back
up with
yet. I'm
something that
gonna
looks
have to
the
go check
same.
on her.
But this feels more egregious. This does feel a little bit egregious altogether because there's almost
See, like they pretty much just they took the colors from like Lucario kind of here and here, and then took the clothes from him and his pretty much his body design from him, from Anubis.
nothing that's different. There is almost nothing that's different. This is a reskin. This different color palette, a slightly different design, just drawn from the same inspiration. This is 1-to-1 almost. There is very little making this not 1-to-1. The color scheme is exactly the same, except for right here, this is gold and this is white. This has a little ring right there that this one doesn't have. And the gauntlet's slightly different colored and slightly
the design's
different
pretty
design,
cool.
Almost 1-to-1
But
exactly
still,
the
it's
same.
basically
And
nearly
I'm here for it.
copy.
Right here, this just looks like the way the PAL box kind of looks, but a little
Completely.
bit different.
Crafting bench pretty much the same.
There's your Pika-V. There's your Pin Gullet again. There's
Gardening.
the farming being done in
Dude, is that just straight up a
the
copy
same
right there?
way.
That's
it
straight
looks
up a
exactly
PAL.
the same. This is just Lulu. You could kind of say Lylene, but it's just Lulu, dude.
No, like I straight up a
just
PAL.
straight
It
up
looks
Lulu,
like that.
except for there's a little bit more white here and the hair's a little bit longer. So this is you took Lulu,
Isn't there like a straight up PAL that just looks like that?
you took Lylene, you combine them together, they have a kid. This is, if a man and a woman had a kid, and that man and woman were
better
Lylene
go
and
find my
Lulu,
damn
would look
dog.
like this. There you go. There's your ground type Musanda. Again, this one looks different. This one almost gives me more. Monzamon, I think, from Digimon, who's just a teddy bear. That was actually where my first thought went for whatever reason. I just really like Digimon. There you go. You got your Jiren Quaza again. Ragnahawk, sort of. These ones, I might be missing something here. Again, if there's any I missed, if there's any like egregious copies I missed, please let me know because I don't know every IP and I don't know every Pokemon. But this is Sibilix. This right here is just Sibilix. Yeah, this right here.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
like
much.
straight up
Just
Sibilix
put her
with the
in a
skirt. You put a
dress.
skirt on Sibilix. There you go. Your fire type this, but that right there, that's just Mammorest.
That's Memorist,
And
and
then they
like
do the Pokemon with guns thing.
with like
Which again is
Griswold.
not a mechanic that Palworld has patented, and I don't think they care. I genuinely don't think Pocket Pair will really care about this. But Nintendo's probably losing their goddamn mind right now. I imagine the CEO of Nintendo's probably having a heart attack. There's your Nubis again, and here's your Necromus/Palladius right there. You see that?
Oh yeah,
Necromus/Palladius. Palladius, except for instead of lances, they're swords, and the color scheme is slightly different. But they didn't even put in the level of effort that like
Is he gonna-
Palmon
is he gonna pull up the Pokemon comparison?
did into their copy.
I didn't pull up the
Jet
Pokemon
Dragon.
comparison.
Now, this is base Jet Dragon. This is base Jet Dragon, okay? Because we're going to get to this in a minute, and there's going to be they did some Digimon shit with this Jet Dragon right here.
Oh, that's pretty cool right there.
That is just 0-2 from Darling and the Franks. So they did a Digimon move by putting, Digimon move
That's
slash like
pretty cool.
Akira move
That's
but
pretty
I'm
cool
gonna
right
say
there.
Digimon move just
I like
because
this.
the context of this is a creature game, and they put someone hot on a.
Alright, my dog back. I can stop wearing now. Okay, I think this is cool. If this is like a straight up, like a one of their Pikmon or whatever, like you can ride like a motorcycle, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I really love that. I'm not gonna get Pikmon because I feel like it's just gonna get sued and like cancel anyway. And it's probably just gonna be a clone, really bad clone. But like, I like the idea here, which they 100% still took from Pokemon because they did that in Scarlet and Violet. Did they also do this, like take it from that? And like, yeah, 100%. They 100% copied the anime. But I don't really care there. Because, hey, stop that. Because it doesn't matter. I said, stop it.
Motorbike and called it something, but that hot person that put on a motorbike
Oh,
is
yeah.
just 02 from fucking
She is pretty hot.
from
Holy shit.
Darling in the Frank.
That's actually pretty cool. Motherfucker just like, she gets off and he just turns back into a pal.
This feels like a Digimon I know too. I can't quite place it.
That's actually kind of
that
cool.
little bug creature right there. I feel like I've seen
No,
that
that's
before.
a Pokemon. That is 100% a Pokemon, kind of similar design to Pokemon. There's like a grasshopper dude in like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's like the grasshopper evolves into that. Something that kind of looks like this. Stop barking at the chickens.
Right there. Hold on. Let's get to that's Roadhog.
Dude, that straight up is just Roadhog. Blizzard might get in on this lawsuit.
Now, this is legally distinct Roadhog, and these guys are just the syndicate slightly reskinned, but even the like aesthetic of them using like ramshackle metal buildings is exactly the same.
Oh,
and
yeah.
having creatures in cages. That is so exactly the same. They're not even trying to hide it, and I'm almost here for it.
Oh, yeah.
That immediately made me think of Metal Greymon. But like,
Yeah, it's pretty cool
This
design,
is
though.
distinct. This is.
I
I
think it's
wouldn't
just-
even say a copy
This
in any
is
way.
this is kind of like its own design, I would say. This is like really nice and cool.
That might draw from like inspiration, but this is distinct.
Yeah.
But it made me think Metal Greymon.
They 100% copy and pasted a bunch of designs, but like some designs they came up with on their own, which I actually think is really cool, and that they probably should have just seen about working with Palworld or Pokemon or some shit, and about making designs for like new pals or Pokemon.
And,
That's kind of cool.
and this is my furry OC. Please don't steal. Don't know
I'm just saying, don't judge me. I think it's pretty cool design.
exactly what this is. I feel like there's probably a Digimon or a Pokemon that might look kind of like this, but not really. Anthropomorphic thing.
I don't think it would fit aesthetically with a Palworld or Pokemon on this because it kind of just looks kind of strange. It looks cool, but I think it like if it were to put it into Palworld or Pokemon, it would need a rework for like what it's got going here.
My first thought immediately was, and probably just because of the kind of femininity ascribed to it, that this was their version of Lovander almost.
Probably.
No, I'm not a furry. That was a joke, by the way. Just before that starts, before people say, you're wrong because I'm a furry. I'm not a furry. I don't have a problem with furries as long as they're not creeps, and a lot of them aren't. I just think the creeps are the loudest, most vocal ones. There's Link just, parachuting into the... That's the Omnitrix right there. They have the
No. That is like Yu-Gi-Oh fucking feel.
Omnitrix from Ben 10. They stole that shit.
No, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh feel.
And now you get the Digivolution of Jetragon. This is
That's kinda cool.
Digimon Digital Monsters, Digimon Digivolution of Jetragon into Metal Jetragon.
100% honestly, like I think he's right there. That kind of does look like Jet Dragon, but just metal turned into a metal Jet Dragon.
But it's, by God. Oh, you think it's
Pikmon.
over. You think the copyright
Coming
infringement is over. You think
coming
the
soon.
stealing and asset flipping is over. Wait. Marshall.
It's gonna be fucking Mewtwo. No, it's
Ganon.
not. That motherfucker does look like Ganon.
Squaring up against Pika-V. Ganon and Pika. I hope to God this is named Pika-V. Ganon and Pika-V are
That would
about
be
to
so
get in a
fucking
fight
funny.
without any shame. Without any shame. But that's the Pikmin trailer. Someone in my prior art database Discord linked this to me, and then someone else outside of that Discord also linked this to me. The Orsted, the one that's helped me on.
Oh, I think this is a really stupid game. Look, because I'm like, it is clearly a clone, a troll clone, troll Pokemon and Palworld. And I do believe Pokemon will sue them and probably will win. But if they don't sue them, then that's also bad for Nintendo's case against Palworld, because then it's like, well, you're being selective. Because this released and you're not suing them, so you're only choosing to enforce your patents on Palworld because they actually got big and are actually competing with your main franchise, Pokemon.
The Palmon videos and the Palland videos, the one that does the data mining for it, linked all this to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this video basically writes itself."
Well, it pretty much
I
does.
don't script my videos to begin with. I just do research for them, and I might have
Hell,
bullet
I don't even
points.
script.
But
I
either
don't
way,
research much either, though.
if you didn't realize it, I'm not scripting this shit.
Hell, he didn't catch
It's
Jet Dragon
kinda why
yet.
It's a little bit freeform and chaotic sometimes. I just do research.
Well, hold on. Got another phone call. Be right back. Sorry that I'm getting so many phone calls. My family's just trying to fix a window, and I'm about to have to go to town here in a little bit. So I'm gonna finish up this video.
But this is just the funniest case of like this to begin with, because this seems intentional. With Palmon seemed intentional in a different way almost. Palmon seemed intentional in the way, and when you look at the company that made Palmon, it seems very.
What is Palmon? What is Palmon? I know Palworld. I know Pixmon and Pokemon. But what the fuck's Palmon?
Very intentional in the way of we're using Palworld for advertising, essentially, where they're going to make an asset flip of it, but the company's based in China, so they don't really have to worry about like lawsuits. They don't have to worry about being sued because the Chinese government isn't going to do shit about it, and they're not going to enforce any like court orders that happen anyways because China.
Oh yeah.
And seemed kind of like they were just trying to take advantage of the situation. Palland gave me the vibe of we got Palworld at home, or I'm gonna make a cheap ripoff version of this game, and maybe someone's grandma trying to buy them the game will be confused about it. It gave me that kind of cheap knockoff vibe. With
Something I'm surprised about that kind of surprised me is like Palworld released was such a smash hit, and there's like so many clones that come out. There are like so many clones trying to be made by small developers. But like, have you noticed that none of the big industries really have followed the trend with this one? Like the one that people actually would like to see, like make an uproar, like in popularity, because well, it would cause beef with Nintendo and give Nintendo competition. But they haven't followed the trend. More likely because they know Nintendo is trigger happy with their lawyers. So, kind of sucks.
without putting any effort into it. This game gives me two vibes. This game gives me a vibe of it's a mod for Palworld that just reskins the things a little bit because the aesthetic of everything in the world design is very, very similar. But this also just gives me the vibe of this game feels like it was just made as a troll. This game feels like it was just made as an attempt to troll Pocket Pair and Nintendo a little bit and be like, look, we did it. What are you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? We're Pocket Game from Network Go, and we're going to do whatever we want. And I find that hilarious. And it gave me the thought. It gave me the thought because I've spoken out very loudly against AI generation being used in games. I think AI being used as a tool to help develop games in a way that is not, AI generating your art is can be fine. The way that oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of the company that made Baldur's Gate.
See, I agree with that. I think AI should be only used as a tool. Now, people criticize me for that a lot, but I don't care. AI should not be used as making and generating art. AI should not do 100% of the work for you. You should have to do your own work. But like AI should be able to be, you should be able to use AI as like a help, an assistant, a tool. But when you stop using it as a tool, and you start using it as you make me this shit, and I do absolutely nothing, well then I think that's a problem. because then you're not making content. The artificial intelligence is. And also AI is what's causing like these RAM prices to absolutely skyrocket. I'm hoping to get like get a PS5 and all that shit and get some consoles before the prices skyrocket, because then like I know when they do, like I'm not gonna be able to afford any of these consoles because they're gonna hit probably in the thousand area, and then like low end PCs are gonna be probably close to $3,000
I don't
because
remember.
of RAM.
But the company that made Baldur's Gate, the way they talked about the way they use AI, I think is very okay. And using AI for certain tools is, I think, fine. And using AI as a tool within the game, like as a mechanic within the game,
Yeah.
I think is good. I think there's a lot of ways that AI can be
That could be
used in a
fun.
productive way in gaming. I'm just against AI generation in the creation of video games. But seeing this has changed my mind on that a little bit, because I think if there's one way that you're going to use AI generation to make a video game and it's going to be okay and I'm perfectly cool with it, and obviously
The
I'm the
fuck?
arbiter of what's okay in the gaming space, right? That's me, okay? Listen, anyone else has an opinion is wrong unless they agree with me.
He's just
It's a
trolling.
fucking joke for those of you that don't get it when I'm telling jokes. But the way I think, and I 100% approve of using AI in game development, Gen AI in game development, is trolling Nintendo. And that almost
Well, I want to say no, I actually don't disagree, because Nintendo is honestly one of the most fucked up companies in like the gaming industry. And it really sucks.
seems what this is. Like that so much seems like what
So I
this
say
is
yeah.
just an attempt to
I
troll
don't
Nintendo
entirely
and
disagree.
Pocket Pair a little bit. And I find that very funny. But yeah, ultimately, most of this, like, I don't think there's anything aside from Anubis that could be taken from this and have a valid court case that might actually go through of saying copyright infringement. Because, like, most of it is legally distinct and just very, 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 very clearly inspired by pals and Pokemon, but not too much. But not so much as to like cross that line of copyright infringement. Technically, Anubis
Yeah.
maybe. I don't think this is actually going to.
I don't think
in a
Pocket Pair
court
will
case.
sue, though.
I don't think Nintendo might. Nintendo legitimately might, especially because this opening sequence, like right there where it has the where it has. I'm not going to try to go to it again because anytime I try to fuck around with videos that I'm using OBS with, OBS decides to crash. But the opening sequence where it has the glider, I think that one might spark the ire of Nintendo, especially if this game does well. If this game does well, I
It will not.
100% think
There's no way
Nintendo
it does
might get
good.
in that lawsuit. And legitimately, this might be an avenue. This is something I just kind of thought of as I was recording this. This might be an avenue for Nintendo to try to set a precedent. This might be a way that Nintendo can try to set a precedent, because I don't know if this company has money backing them.
They are like a monopoly. Nintendo owns like a monopoly on the monster catching genre. They 100% do. Now they let people in, but like if you they don't gonna let anyone try to not to let anyone in that's gonna get too big. They try to like make sure they're established, and like they scare tactic people to comply.
Or has the backing and the support and the money to
They throw around their money like a fucking sledgehammer. And I mean that in like the case of like filing lawsuits.
fight a lawsuit against Nintendo. And if they don't, Nintendo can go and do it and sue this game, sue Pocket Games over like that gliding mechanic that they had patented. Get them to settle, get them to give up and settle and cave in because they just don't have the money to fight the lawsuit, and then try to use the fact that they were willing to settle as a way to kind of set a precedent in court that they can use against Pocket Pair. I don't know if that's the case. It doesn't necessarily set a precedent, right? If that happens, it doesn't necessarily set a precedent, but it is something they could try to use and bring up in court.
They will 100% try to use any petty tactic that they possibly can to win the court case against Pocket Pair. They probably will win the court case against Pocket Pair. They probably will. Because they have so much money, and they're willing to throw like so much money at it just to try to win. Now, will they get what they want? Maybe not. If Pocket Pair refuses to settle, then we'll probably go to the judge's decision what's fair and what's not fair. But if Pocket Pair settles, Nintendo more likely will have Pocket Pair, like the game, like Palworld, taken down altogether, and the only people that have it are the people that bought it.
And use it as a weapon. I don't know if that's going to happen. I can 100% see Nintendo suing over this, and Pocket Pair just coming out and being like, "That's funny. I like that." I can 100% see that. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't have anything else to talk about in this video. I just thought it was funny. People pointed out to me. I thought it was funny. But I'm going to leave you there. Please subscribe to my channel, Runga Extra. That's where I'm going to be going over my prior art database stuff. We're not going over.
I like this guy.
Streaming me working on the prior art database. If you don't know what the prior art database is the project I'm working on to try to fight back against patent trolling. I'm essentially gathering a database of a bunch of prior art for different video game mechanics, so hopefully eventually every video game mechanic, to help fight back against patent trolling in the gaming space and eventually in more creative spaces. If you have examples of prior art of the ones that I'm currently working on, the Google form to submit those examples of prior art is going to be in the description and in the pinned comment. If you want to help out a little bit more directly, the Discord link is going to be in the pinned comment in the description. Yeah. If you want to help donate, so help fund this project and help build the website and whatnot, the GoFundMe link is going to be in the Discord or in the pinned comment and the description.
I like this guy. It's pretty cool. Well, this is going to be the end of the video. Sorry, the guys, this video got interrupted a couple times. I got 2 more videos I got to record, and I got to run to town, so I got to run to town. I get back, I'll record the other 2 videos and schedule them from upload. Thank you guys so much for the support. I very much appreciate it. And, well, this is where the video is going to end. If you also, hold on. If you liked the video, please make sure to check out this guy's video in the description. I'll have a link to in the description below, so you can go check his video out. Please check him out. Go give him a like, subscribe to him. He's pretty cool. And, that's where the video ends. Catch y'all later.